In 2005, we met 5-year-old Gabby. She's a little girl unlike any other, born with an extremely rare condition. She cannot feel physical pain. When Gabby was just a baby, there were signs she was not like other children. Her parents say she started compulsively chewing on her own hand, mutilating 3 little fingers. Eventually, her parents decided to pull her teeth because she was chewing on her tongue, like bubble gum. As she got older, Gabby constantly poked and scratched at her eyes, forcing doctors to remove one. She now wears an artificial eye her parents must insert every day. Gabby also terrified her parents when she grabbed a hot light bulb, suffering second-degree burns on her hands. And she doesn't feel weather either, right?
Exactly. She can walk out the
She'd
door.
do really well in Chicago.
Well, exactly.
Yes, it's a funny joke I made, yeah. So, Katie, what's it like being a big sister to a little sister that feels no pain? You can't beat her up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. It's another funny. Yes?
It's a little hard.
Yeah?
Because she doesn't feel pain. And most of the tension is on her, so she doesn't get hurt.
Well, today it's not, because I'm looking at your patent leather shoes and how cute you are sitting on the Oprah show. My team caught up with the Gede Grass family at their home in Minnesota.
I need to water my garden today.
You do?
Gabby is at the end of 8th grade. She's 14 years old. Mentally, some days she's 35.
I need to empty my lunch, too.
I think she's doing great. She gets straight A's in school. She's funny, she's alert, she is a joy to be with.
Take it home!
It's easier for Gabby and our family to deal with her condition now.
For the most part, she knows where her limitations are.
Watch the crock pot's hot.
She came home from school one day and said, my back feels funny. We felt on her back and felt a bump and felt it was warm. And we had a doctor's appointment for the next day already. And they took an x-ray and they came back and they said that her back was broken.
We're going to wear that shirt today.
I think already in the next few months we have like 6 appointments. She has an eye specialist, she has an endocrinologist, she has an orthopedic surgeon, she has a regular doctor just for colds and small things.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. You went on the one that...
Katie is such a good sister.
I feel like I get enough attention, and I feel like Gabby gets enough attention, but I feel like they're different spheres of attention. It's sort of an adventure with this family, but it's a really fun adventure because Gabby's a very nice, loving person. And
Gabby and Taylor met when they were in 1st grade, and they have been just tremendous friends.
Whoa! Okay.
I love her sense of humor.
I do still worry about Gabby.
I remember that if she ever got like picked on, it was just really hard on me too, because we're so close. You just kind of had to like tell them to like leave her alone.
She has an amazing personality. All her teachers love her. You know, she has a big change with high school coming up next year.
Kids in elementary school used to ask me a lot more about my condition, so I feel like they know me better now. So I guess I'm more comfortable with my condition than I have been in the past. I love to learn, I love to interact with the people around me, I love to make friends, so it doesn't really affect who I am, but more like what I do. And it's like, why can't you be this or do this like everybody else? And sometimes that does get to me, and I try to not let it bug me. But it does get to me sometimes, and I just keep telling myself, you're normal, you're okay, just keep going. So, yeah.
And Gabby's got some big dreams, and we really want to do the best we can to help her do that, but it's my fear that there's going to be a limitation that doesn't let her achieve that. And she'll be really disappointed if she's not able to do some of the things that she wants to do.
But she's done things we never expected her to do and achieved things I had only dreamed for her.
I don't think people would really know my true personality because all they really know is like that I'm physically impaired. I have wonderful family, I have wonderful friends. All I really want to do is not let it affect me and live my life and be who I am.
Pain is a vital part of life. Imagine if you can't experience any pain. Oh, of course, you would say, oh, at least I will not be brokenhearted. No, What I'm trying to say is the importance of pain in our life. You would have broken bones and not feeling anything. Pain is important and it's for our protection. It's actually for our good. It depends on how you respond to it. Look at her. This is Gabby now. Have a very positive mindset, enjoying life despite her condition. What did she say? She said, I have a wonderful family. I have wonderful friends. That part of her younger life, they took her teeth because she can't feel any pain. And now that she's now maturing and she's coping with life, she's now very positive. Look at her. And I'm so inspired by this person. And this helped me understand the reason why God allowed pain and suffering in life. I don't know what kind of pain you are experiencing today. I don't know the suffering or the problems or troubles or challenges or storms or the battles that you are fighting. What I can say, it's part of life, and if we deal it correctly, it will become a great asset for us and a learning opportunity for all of us. I myself have been through a lot of pain and experiences. Our family, when I was born, my father was just very young. He was just 19 years old. My mother is around just newly graduate. And my father was a security guard. In the Philippines, if you're a security guard, you're the least, among the least. And they were not expecting me. I was born from a wedlock, and that's why we're so poor. I remember my mom shared to me that to disinfect my milk bottle, what do you call that one? They use the nido can, put a bomba water, put it there, and then just cook it. There was one time that because I don't have any food, I don't have any milk, they use the water from the rice. And then my dad would just pick whatever leaves he could pick outside, bayabas, guava, and all, just to cook it and then feed me. And because of that, because we're so poor, financially poor and poor, I got amoebiasis. At the age of 1, I was admitted and I stayed in the hospital for 2 months. And my mom said, all the kids with you in the ward are all dead. You're just the only one alive. To the point that my mom said that, hey, I actually offered you and surrendered you to God because you've been vomiting blood, peeing blood, and pooping blood. You're hopeless. But when I surrendered you to God, God had miracle. I also have some relational pain because growing up, our family was really dysfunctional, and I got trauma because there's fighting, yelling, physical pain. And I was struggling why a good God would give me or let me experience all these things. Conflict in the family, and then growing up, because we were poor, I've been bullied at school because I don't have the good stuff, and my classmates would have their bag with the wheels. Diba? My bag is from Yanguren, like Bibisoria back home. Diba? Their pencil case with yung open, like, wow, Mickey Mouse. Mine, just put it in the bag, like plastic bag, right? So I myself have experienced a lot of problems. I don't know about you, what kind of problems or difficulties or troubles or pain or suffering are you considering? Some of you probably having financial debts are accumulating, mortgage interest because of inflation and all, bills are just piling up. Some of you are experiencing sickness, pain, diseases, body pain, and cancer. My goodness, cancer. Some disability physically. Some of you have some relationships problem, family relationship. There's conflict in marriage relationship, conflict in your family relationship, or pressure from your extended family relationship. Or some of you are praying for a baby. Some of you are praying for someone that could help your relationship mend the broken heart, or other relationships that you have experienced, betrayal from friends, or tension, or workplace. Last couple of weeks, I experienced like, oh, this is the first time that I would go on strike. Remember that? The city were supposed to go on strike. And we were already talking, okay, how much would we earn for 3.5 hours? Outside, we would just earn $40. It's like, wow, Lord, I will just sleep at home. $40. But there's some of you probably having a toxic boss and toxic workplace or toxic relationships at work. Pressure overflowing. You're paid by one person, but your work is like two persons. And how about the injustices that we're experiencing all over the world? The treatment between gender and status in life and race, and the mental health that you are experiencing because of the uncertainties, the anxieties. Some of you are grieving from the loss of a loved one. Some of you are experiencing and struggling, letting go the past failures of life. Whatever the pain you are experiencing today, whatever the troubles, the problems, Jesus feels you. Jesus understands what you have been going through. He's been there. He's been rejected by a friend. He's been denied by a friend. All his circles abandoned him. And when he was arrested, injustice for 6 unfair trials from Romans and Jews, he was physically beaten. Last week we talked about humiliation. And not only the emotional pain that Jesus experienced, Jesus also experienced physical pain. And according to the scholars and historians, when Jesus was persecuted, some of the criminals during the time, they cannot go to the cross because only the scourge, the intestine will come out. And that is one of the physical pressures that Jesus experienced. You can also, the size of that, the original one, is between 7 inches to 9 inches. The nails that Jesus, that they put on Jesus on the cross. The pain that Jesus has experienced, way, the name, the word crucifixion was invented because of that kind of pain. It's prolonged and it's painful to the highest level. According to historians, the nails that you're holding, it's 7 to 9 inches and more or less 1 inch thick. Jesus experienced all the pain because He loves you. He endured it. So what you are going through this very moment, Jesus understands you.
Thank you for the cross, Lord. Thank you for the price you paid, bearing all my sin and shame. In love you came and gave amazing grace. Thank you for this love, Lord. Thank you for the nail-pierced hands. Wash me in your cleansing flow. Now all I know, your forgiveness and embrace. Worthy is the Lamb. crucified. Worthy is the Lamb. Say, worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. Say, thank you for the cross. Thank you for the cross. Thank you for the price you paid. Bearing all my sin and shame, in love you came and gave amazing grace. Thank you for this love. Thank you for the name.
was trying to edit the video, cut, insert the music, I just can't help but cry. The pain that Jesus has experienced is nothing compared to the pain that I had experienced or experiencing today. And Jesus himself carried our sins in his body to the cross so that we might die to sin and live for righteousness. It's all about us. He is 100% God. He is also 100% human, that he could experience pain. He was born from a manger, in a manger, raised from a very poor family. And there was a recession during the time, economic crisis during the time, because the Jews have been invaded by the Romans, and it was just so hard during their time. The emotional pain, because one of his trusted friend, Judas, who is in charge of the finances of the disciples, betrayed him for $30. One of his close friends who made an announcement and a commitment that Jesus, wherever you go, whatever will happen to me, I will never abandon you. I will die for you. Few hours later, Peter denied him 3 times. All of the disciples had abandoned him. Emotional pain. Where are my friends? Where are my family? They're probably observing from afar, hiding somewhere, because they're also afraid for their lives. Plus the physical pain that he endured so that we will experience the righteousness of God. It is by his wounds that you and I have been healed. The motivation of Jesus while he was experiencing the pain is his love for you and me. Jesus embraced the pain. And some of us, in this very comfortable life in Canada, just because of the weather, we complain. Oh, I have to walk to the bus. Seriously? I have to wait for hours. I have to pack up because it's just so cold. I ordered quarter pounder. Why there's no cheese? And you said, Lord, why am I experiencing this pain? My latte at Starbucks is not what I want to be. And you are complaining. We are complaining because of the simple things in life. I think we have to correct ourselves. And that's always my prayer. Lord, don't let me consume the comfortable living in this country. And if you recall, and you have seen what Jesus has been through, come on. The pain, the problems you have, the troubles you're experiencing today, nothing compared to what he experienced. He embraced it all for his love for you and me. The pain that Jesus has experienced is all necessary for you and me. His motivation is, I have to endure this pain, all for my love for my children. So whatever pain you're experiencing today, whatever problems, you name it, it's nothing compared to what Jesus had experienced to save you and me from our sins. But the brother of Jesus, his name is James, who mocked Jesus during his earthly life, who said, oh, Jesus, you said that you can perform miracles, you are an influencer. You go to Jerusalem and just express your powers. Showcase your powers. But then, after he met the resurrected Jesus, he declared that Jesus is not only his stepbrother or half-brother, but Jesus is also his Lord and God. James saw the life of Jesus. He's been with Jesus growing up, probably playing with Jesus. And then, when Jesus was arrested, they probably gathered as a family, the usual thing we do, and talking about what should we do now. Okay, Mary followed Jesus with John, and Martha and Mary, other Mary, and then some of the women during the time, and probably the brothers of Jesus, named James, probably observing from a distance because fear of his life. And while Jesus was experiencing all what we have just watched and met the risen Jesus, he gave a wonderful letter. And that is the book of James. And he's giving an insights to all of us on how we're going to handle pain and suffering in this world. And when James wrote these things, the first chapter of his book, and he said, consider it pure joy. Are you kidding me, James? Consider it pure joy when we experience different kinds of trials and testings in life. And this is the word, these are the words from a person who saw pain, who experienced pain. The brother of Jesus. And he's saying, whenever it means that your problems, expect it with great joy. And it doesn't make sense for some of us. It will make sense as I go along with the passage. But James was just telling us that whenever, not if, whenever, expect that there will be problems in life. Pain and suffering are vital part of life. Whenever the time comes that you will have problems, you will have troubles, you will have sickness, you will have experience pain, celebrate, rejoice. It doesn't make sense. It will make sense again in a short while. But I like what Jesus quoted in the video. Jesus said, "My heart is ready, God. My heart is ready." This is a quote from David. When Saul was chasing him, he was in the cave and he was just rejoicing, "Lord, I'm afraid of my life. But my heart is ready, Lord, whatever you will do. My heart is ready, whatever your will for my life." So David knows it, that God will get him through. Jesus, when the start of the persecution, the crucifixion, see that? When they put him there and then they're supposed to whip him, he said, "My heart is ready. Now, Lord, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for." And the reason Jesus said these words is because Jesus knows the end of the story. He was like, "I'm ready. Come on, problem. Because I know how this story ends." Are you with me? Now, for some of you would say, "How could I rejoice when I experience trials?" Because you're probably doubting how your story will end. But Jesus, for him, his perspective is like, "Oh, come on. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the reason why I came to earth. Bring it on, God." Of course, by heart, as a human and experiencing physical pain, he is crying, my God, lama sabachthani. Why have you forsaken me?" But as God himself, he said, "I'm ready. I have this perspective. I will accept this problem with great joy." And this should be our attitude when you and I experience problems and trials in life. Whenever you experience pain in life, you should know how the story would end. For me, I know. Because Jesus rose from the dead. He conquered death. There's no problem I will encounter in life that he cannot conquer. If it's not happy ending, it's not the end yet. We know that whatever problem we are going through in life, 100% it will going to be happy ending because you are with God. You are in Jesus. So in James' mindset, the brother of Jesus who saw pain and experienced pain, he's saying that consider it pure joy because it's a privilege to experience different kinds of trial. Jeff, you've been saying that again and again. It doesn't make sense. Yes, because you haven't seen the next part yet. Consider it pure joy because it's an opportunity to learn, to grow from that particular experience. Verse 2. Because, aside from the fact that you will have 100%, you will be 100% sure that it's going to be victory at the end, trials that you are going through will help you produce perseverance. And when we experience trials, rejoice. Yes, problem, come on, because I know this will give me endurance to face life. So we have to embrace it with the right perspective. Last Monday, Kale went to my son. He has a basketball every Monday and Wednesday. So Monday, we drove him to the basketball. Well, to my surprise, when I get there Monday, because he would play, I would work. There are many people. So they're preparing for a league. So when I checked, there are about 20 kids. And Kale is the smallest and the youngest, 8, because their team is U11, under 11. So they're white there, they're blacks there, they are different, they're Ukrainian, they are Russian, they're different race. And Kale, a poor small boy from the genes of the father, small. Then when I was watching him, oh man, he fell, boom. One of his teammates who is taller than him got injured because it's really physical. But he was just playing, running back. He would fall, bump him, he hit his head. For some people would say, how dare you, the father of Kale, allow him to play? He's been experiencing pain. And sometimes that's our mindset. How dare you, God, allowing me to experience the pain or the problem that I've been going through in life? And I was just observing Kale from the sideline. I was just looking at him. So at first, I was working. And then when I checked, there are big kids here. So I closed my laptop, put it there, put my bag inside the car, went back. I sat on the side court and then just watching him. And he would look at me when he fall. I was like, you can do it, son. I was like, Then he would just go back to basketball again. And at the end, he said, Dad, it's so hard. It's so competitive. And he experienced pain the following day. Body pain. You know what I mean? Body pain. And on Wednesday, because this week was so busy for us, and I said, the mom said, son, we will meet these people, and then I have a client, so no one will look after you. So let's just skip basketball this Wednesday to later. That's Wednesday already. And Kale said, no, mom. I have to go to basketball, ma'am. And then we explained again, son, after this schedule, mommy have a client, and then I will have another meeting after. So who will take your, Dad, Tito Arnold is there because they will be playing, right? Just let me play. Then mommy insisting. Then I realized, wow, he had a good competition last Monday. After all the pain that Kale experienced, he said, I can do better. I can produce perseverance. And he answered to mommy. Because after the game, we went to this, while waiting for her mom Monday, I teach him. So son, this is how we play, okay? I coach him. If your teammate is dribbling the ball, you set the screen, you go here, you go there. So I saw the pain that Kale experienced, but as a father, I know he can do it. I would be going there if he can't. I would be removing him by myself if I know he can't endure the pain. But I know he can endure the pain. Then after the game, I help him so that you can be competitive. So that's why on Wednesday, he said, Mom, I will play basketball. I want to apply what Dad taught me. And that is the same with God. He's not watching from afar, smiling, or mocking you why you are having problems here on earth. God knows your limits, and He will not give you beyond what you can handle in life. So when you are experiencing pain, the problem that you are experiencing today, God knows, God feels you, and God will be there for you. That the mindset is always embrace it with the right perspective. Embrace it and knowing that it will produce perseverance in you. Our pain and suffering have a purpose in life. It is always for your own good. It is always for the good of the people around you. It is always for your own well-being. God will work it out, all for our good. And Paul even said this in Romans 5, that we can rejoice. Again, this is Paul. James wrote, consider it pure joy, because he experienced persecution. He also died martyr. Paul, he was been in shipwreck, he was beaten, stoned, scourged himself 3 times, times 39 times. 3 times of execution times 39 times. And he said that when you run into problems and trials, Paul is expert on these problems and trials. And then he said, for we know that they help us develop endurance. And the endurance, that's what Cale experienced, and the endurance develops strength of character. I can do this. Problems, oh, come on, bring it on. Because I am matured now, I can handle you well. Consider it pure joy, my friend, that whatever trials you've been experiencing, it will develop perseverance in you, it will build that strength of character in you, and it will give you the confidence of hope for the salvation that we have in Jesus. What happened to Jesus? He endured all the pain and He embraced all the pain because He knows that He will endure and be victorious one day. And when you are experiencing relational pain, betrayal, pain from your husband and your wife, pain from your friends and loved ones, consider it pure joy because it will build a character in you. And put your hope in Jesus. And this is exactly what my son felt that Monday and Wednesday. He has the right perspective. I'll go, Dad, but you're the smallest. I can do it, Dad. I know you'll be there. But you will fall again. It's okay, Dad. Endurance, right perspective, character. Whatever problems you have, embrace it. Expect it, embrace it, and learn from it. And when you do that, let's go back to James. He said, when you expect it, embrace it, let the perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete. Do you want to be mature? Hello, do you want to be complete? You say, thank God for my problems. It doesn't make sense still. Are you happy with your problems? Have the right perspective. I don't have money to pay my tuition fee. It's okay. Drop out. No, don't drop out. Don't drop out. God will provide. He knows your need. Even before you open your mouth. Even before He created the world, He knows your need. I've been struggling with my parents. We've been struggling with my children. I've been struggling with the family. Oh, God feels you. He was there. He experienced that. You enjoy the process. And not only the process, but you enjoy the outcome. When Nico was a baby, and some of you have a baby, the pain of bringing your son, your small, tiny son or daughter to the doctor for the vaccine or the immunization. Imagine that. You feel that too, parents? It's a struggle for me. Why would I bring my son and experience the pain of injection? One here, one here, one here, one here. Why would I allow that? Because I know it will make him mature, meaning physically strong and complete, protected from all other diseases. For some people, it would not make sense. If you would if I am holding my son, and the doctor would put the nurse would put the injection, and you are standing outside the door, you would say, what kind of parents just allowing their son or daughter crying and crying and crying? And sometimes we're like that. What kind of God are you? What kind of God are you allowing me to go through this hardship in life? You're such a bully, Lord. If you're real, why you're allowing me to experience this pain? And like a father to Nico, you have to go through that pain, son, so that you will be protected with your vaccine and immunization. And that is what my God is. Whenever I experience trials, problems, difficulties, challenges, storms of life, you name it, I would think, Lord, I know you're watching there. I know you will not get me through. You will not leave me, and you will help me get through this. That's always the perspective. And when you get through that, you enjoy the process and you enjoy the outcome. What have you become because of that? You have the perseverance and you become mature and complete. The pain is temporary for Nico. But the benefit after that slight pain is for the rest of his life. The problems that you are going through today are temporary. The benefit and the learnings that you get from it, the lessons, is forever and eternal. And not only you that will benefit from it, but also the people around you. Look at this. Paul is writing this one to the letter in Corinthians, and he said, God comforts us in all our troubles, in all our problems. And the reason he do that, so that we can comfort others. So that when they are in trouble, we'll be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. Now, another mindset, perspective. Your pain has a purpose. To help you develop perseverance, to make you mature and complete, but at the same time, so that you can help others. Now, the burden here to solve your problem is not only in you. It's on God. So next time when you have pain or problems, Lord, I know you are going to help me because I know you want me to help others one day. You see the different perspective? So sometimes the problem with us, when we experience pain, oh Lord, it's so painful. I can't handle this anymore. Why are you allowing this to happen? Etc., etc., etc. The perspective is this, Lord, what do you want me to learn from this? What do you want me to become from this? Lord, from this experience, how can I minister or help other people. Lord, you are going to help me here because I'm going to use this experience to comfort others. Lord, you're going to get me through this. You're going to help me pay all my bills. You're going to provide for my needs. You're going to restore my family relationship. You're going to help me at work, at school. You're going to help me pass all these storms in life. You're going to help me find the solution to all my problems because, Lord, I will use this experience to comfort others one day. See the perspective? Don't be a baby crying. Have a right perspective that, Lord, I know you will get me through this for sure. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, and I'm willing to wait because one day you want me to help others who have the same experience. Marital problems, you can help other people who are marriages who have marital problems. Parenting, problems with the family, you can help other young people who have not the same problem. Physical health problem, you can help and comfort others who've been through the same experience. Mental problems. So whatever you're going through today, folks, expect problems. Embrace it. Come on, problems. Are you crazy, Jeff? I'm not. But I'm telling you, I just have this different perspective from this world. It sounds crazy if you don't understand what Jesus had experienced. It sounds crazy if you look at it and the perspective of the world. It sounds crazy if you don't have Jesus in your heart. But if you have Jesus, it just makes sense that when you have problems in life, embrace it. Enjoy the process. It's not easy. The pruning is not easy. But the outcome is promising. When you expect problems, embrace it and enjoy the process. Jesus promised you this, that here on earth, you know what? Here on earth, there will be problems after problems after problems after problems. Different kinds of trials, different kinds of sorrows. And I know all of you are into these different things. This week is so busy for us. We have to meet 2 appointments on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Rohan had to come here for rehearsal. And I was just exhausted Thursday night, and I can't make a message. And then Friday night, we welcomed some people at home, and they went home almost midnight. And then yesterday morning, I have to speak to a group of revival or conference there at the Stony Plain back here in the afternoon because I have to teach here in the training, and now I have to prepare for the message today. And when we meet people, we hear different kinds of sorrows. And like last Wednesday night, Rohan can't sleep. She just stayed up until 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. praying for you guys. We know that you have different pain and problems. For some of you, probably hiding it. For some of you, probably trying to just shove it. Embrace it. Face it. Enjoy the process. Because you know that one day, how the story will end. Jesus conquered death. He can conquer your problems. He can conquer your sorrows. He can calm the storms. He can fight for you to achieve victory in your battles in life. Jesus knows the ending of our story. It's beautiful. So put your confidence in Him. Don't give up in life. Never ever give up in your marriage. Never ever give up in your family. Never ever give up. It's tough, it's hard. But I know there's hope. There's solution to every problem. Pain is temporary. The victory celebration is eternal. So put your hope in Jesus. He knows what's best for you. And everything in His mind is all for your own good because of His love for you.